Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America, and hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. And today I have another fun project with the Berry Botanical Vellum, which is the May product of the month. Just a little refresher, each month we now get a product of the month that we can purchase here in Australia for $9 with a minimum order of $125, which is a fantastic value because a specialty paper like this would be what, $21.75 usually? Let me show you the papers really fast. There are three sheets of 4 designs. This one, this Fresh Freesia plaid, and then 2 different flower patterns. This one is, they're all bunched pretty close together. And this one, same images but spread apart so that you can fussy cut them if you want, or just get more white space if you want. And then this Peaceful Pine white speckles. Yeah, very fun, very bright. I've really been enjoying playing with it. Hello, Gladys. Thanks for joining me. And Paula. Please do say hello if you join me either live or on replay on Facebook or YouTube. I do see who chimes in. Feel free to leave comments, ask questions. I will look at those. Yeah, so I have, once again, an idea in my head with a couple of possible variations. It's going to start with, well, the base is going to be that. And we will take it from there. I may ask for some input as we go. Because of all the lags, it gets a little funky to see what everybody wants to give input. I may not see it or act on it in time, but there we go. But the technique I wanted to show you today is how you can fussy cut some of these images and then give them dimension to add to your card. And the way we do that is on your Take Your Pick tool. It comes with, just when you purchase it, it comes with obviously the putty end, and you've seen me use the pokey end and the spatula end quite regularly, especially the pokey end. But you also get this one that's got both a small and a larger ball styluses. And that's what we're going to be using today. You need that, and you need a foam mat. I think you can also probably use your silicone craft sheet. In fact, maybe I'll just go ahead and pull one of those out and we'll give it a try in a minute. I know it works really well on these. And what you do is you take your pieces, and you can do this with designer series paper. You can do this with cardstock with images you've stamped. You could do it so they pop up in the center or at the edges. I'm going to do mine so they're convex when we mount them. And what you do is you just start, you can start anywhere. I like to start in the middle. And you're just doing little circles and swirling it around. Your paper may start to turn too. It will definitely start to curl up, which is what you want. And you're just, it's very fun, very satisfying. And you get it right out to the edges. and that makes it curl up. Now, it's not necessarily the prettiest right there, but it gives you something to work with. I'm going to try turning this around and see if that makes a difference. I'm on the large size. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that because that'll rip through. Don't do that. Yeah, this is a technique I've known about for a long time, but it's been a very long time since I've done it. So it's kind of fun to bring that back. And you could do, say, just part of it. It does, on the vellum, it does make it, I don't know if you can see, it makes it whiter, makes it more opaque. So I would probably go ahead and do all of it just so that it doesn't have that difference in color. And the amount of pressure you need to use will vary depending on which material you're using. It's kind of hypnotic. I think Facebook is working better with the comments. Finally. But I'm just refreshing it once to make sure. Yeah, I think so. Okay, let's keep going here. For several weeks, Facebook was, I had to manually refresh my screen to see the comments. They weren't just popping up, but I think they are today. If you wanted to send me if somebody wanted to send me a test comment, that'd be great. We can find out. Okay, there's that one. And that's very curly, but I can work with that, see. And then this one we may cut off just to a single leaf. We'll kind of see how things go. I'm probably just gonna do the one here real fast. Swirly, 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 swirl. I don't know if you can hear the thumping of the rain. Getting a little bit of rain, and we have gutters that come down in stages and thump as they go through each stage. Oh, yep, I can see them. Gladys, I have not seen a card from you yet. But it takes I would allow a full 2 weeks before I got worried from the States. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, it just takes that long because we're far away. But also, Australia Post delivers Monday through Friday, but we only get they deliver parcels every day, Monday through Friday, but letters we only get every other day, and I never know which day of the week it is that they're coming on a particular week. Okay, I really feel pretty strongly that we're going to cut off that partial leaf, so I'm not even going to bother to do that right now. Okay, let's put that. Oh, I was going, but I will try and see what happens on the silicone mat, because I said I would. Yep. So if you have one of these, that works. Also, yeah, you just need something that has some give to it so your stylus makes an impression, I suppose is what I'm trying to say. Okay, we'll set those aside. And so what I want to do, and I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to go portrait or landscape. I'm leaning towards landscape as I've been thinking about it this morning. And I'm going to put this frame around some of this style. But you can see this vellum through that vellum. So I need to figure out where I'm going to put it, because I'm going to cut this shape out of the vellum, the green vellum, the Peaceful Pine vellum. May 11th, and today is the 27th. So yeah, should be this week. Should be this week, Gladys. I will certainly let you know. So I need to figure out, and I'm going to actually jump ahead a step, because I think part of what's going to determine that is going to be what else I put on there. So I know I want to have these. That's one reason I went ahead and did these. I know they look really, really curly, don't they? That might just help stick it all down. So we'll just leave that on there for now. I think I am going to go landscape. Okay, and the reason I needed to know that is because this vellum is directional, and if I just went ahead and cut that, if I turned it sideways, it would look funny. So I want to be sure that I'm cutting it the way I really want it. And it will also determine where I cut on the green vellum. I think I'm going to use one of these sentiments. And one says, "You make the world a better place. You're an amazing friend, and thankful for you." And I keep leaning towards "you're an amazing friend" out of all of these, for size, for the message. But you can, if you want to weigh in on which one of those, we can do that. And what I'm going to do actually is frame up what I want. Okay, I'm going to cut this and be right back. So, there we go. Oh my goodness. And you can see, I'm not going to just layer it on there because you can't, it just, too dark. Can't see it. So, try to get this at least somewhat straight on here. I'm using my grid paper because I can see the grid through here. There we go. And again, I'll be right back. Okay, and I can use that piece for something else. To get my die off of there. Go away. Okay. So, here's our plan. Because these all nest together, I'll be able to stick that in there. And that as well. And be all set with that. And then I can start layering up these guys with the sentiment. That's the plan. So I did spend a little bit of time playing with adhesive because vellum is notorious for adhesive showing through. And I don't want the adhesive to show through, but I want it to stay down, and I want it to stay pretty darn flat because waving up and bubbling is not fun. But they have made this vellum thick enough and just opaque enough that I got everything I tried to not show. So let me talk you through that. Adhesive sheet, tear and tape, glue dots. Down here at the end, I just did my normal line of glue with this end. And then here I did glue, but since I hardly ever use it, you may not know, there's this spreader tip at this end. It's got a silicone tip there, and you can spread out the glue. And all of them work perfectly. The glue dots, I can't really see them, but it's got just the slightest bit of dimension to them, so I'm not going to use them on this card. But then I thought, oh, well, that's the dark one. What about this one that's light? And again, tear and tape, adhesive sheet, the glue spread out, and just the light bead of glue, the line of glue, can't see them. Yay! So, I'm going to trust my test there, and I'm going to use some glue here, and we're going to see how we go. So, let's see how we do. And again, I'm going to try to get it as straight as I can. And then likewise, I'm going to do glue on this one. Just making sure. Try to get it set right down in there neatly. There we go. And then the frame on top. It fits exactly, so I want to, again, attention to detail on that, especially on this side where it would be more visible. Yep. Yeah, by having that white layer there, this is much brighter than if it were on the dark. So I'm happy with that. I've got a little glue smudge there, a little glue smudge there, apparently there. So I'm just going to set that aside for the moment, and we're going to work on a sentiment. I lied. Yeah, I told you I was going to cut this off, and I am. Yeah, I doubt we'll do that. Possible we'll do something more like that. Okay. The glue it's by Tombow, which is a really great Japanese paper crafting brand. It works really well on paper products. It also it does hold like embellishments if they aren't self-adhesive. It works well on that. It's a really strong glue. I would use it any place that you would use Elmer's. I think it's just a better quality, like Elmer's type all-purpose glue. I think I'm going to go with You Make the World a Better Place this time. I don't know. I'm feeling... Is it sentimental? Schmaltzy? I don't know what to call it. Now I'm just trying to decide between the Golden Glow and the Peaceful Pine. And I think we're going to do the Peaceful Pine. And I might do a matte in Golden Glow. We'll see. Clean and close. And then grab the coordinating die for that. This is out of the Fern and Flora set. I'm going to cut out another. Sometimes they just wind up looking a little naked. Stark. Disconnected. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to put this where I want it. That's what we're starting with. Mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Well, actually, this can go on with full-size ones. Okay, I didn't put this piece down at first because I wasn't sure if I wanted to use some ribbon on there, but I don't. So I am going to put it down now. Okay. And I'm going to stick dimensionals back behind here. And we'll figure out where everything's going to go. Okay, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing here. Come here. Okay, and what I can see I want to do probably is to add another leaf that way. Let's see what we got here. I'm just kind of looking to see if I want to do the single. So I don't think I'm going to go ahead and do the double. So you get to sit through this. I've gotten pretty fast with cutting these. Hi Carrie, thanks for joining me. Sorry, I just noticed. You may remember I always point out when I'm on the camera with you doing fussy cutting, it's more about turning your paper than turning your scissors. And for those of you who've been missing being able to buy these lovely little scissors from Stampin' Up, I'm happy to tell you that starting in July, we will have little detail scissors once more. Okay, so those are cut. And now I will bring this back in. So Carrie, you get to see this technique to get dimension on my fussy cut vellum. I'm taking the ball stylus, the bigger side of the ball stylus. This comes two, little one and a big one. And you just, for what I'm doing today, I'm just doing little circles, and that's going to make it cup. And you can do this, like I said, on designer series paper or cardstock as well. If you wanted to put like veining in, you could just follow veins to do that. There are all kinds of things you can do that we don't tend to, but I'm just doing, again, little circles to get it to cup up. So this card will be on my very next blog post, and then I think the one that posts after that also uses fussy cut images from this vellum. But I didn't think to do this on that one. So they're much flatter, which, you know, I really like that card too, but it's a different look. One of the nice things about handmade cards is being able to add all this dimension. So yeah. Okay, now I'm going to try to There we go. Get that out of there. These are the in color dots. What do you think? Yeah, the dimension really does add a lot. I'm gonna give me a second here. Put those back in their package because I like to pop off the backing sheet a lot. There we go. You know what else I might do? Hang on one second here. Okay, am I about to ruin it if I add Wink of Stella to the flowers? What do you think? I think we need a test flower. Is what I think. Sometimes I think I should just leave well enough alone, and sometimes like, man, I should have stepped that up. You can't really see there, can you? There, you can see the shimmer. I think I'm going to leave it. Sparkle does look nice. Okay, you've talked me into it. Yeah, the leaves I was going to leave matte. I was just going to do the flowers. Okay. That's going to need a minute to dry on that vellum. I'm glad you guys talked me into that. I think that's a good move. Okay. And then the last thing I want to do is show you the three sorry, I hadn't pulled them in advance. So I'm hosting my annual Biggest Morning Tea in support of the Cancer Council on Saturday. And I'm going to show you the three cards that guests are going to be making. This one uses the, what's it called? Shoot. That new embossing folder. I'm blanking. On two-tone cardstock, and then we're sanding it. That's one of my latest favorite techniques to make this card. They're pretty simple cards because I have both my regular customers and just local community members like my book group and things like that to come and try it out. And the idea is that for a donation of any amount, you can come in and have some treats and make a couple of cards. If you know who you want to send them to and you bring their addresses, I'll even give you a postage stamp to get them right, and I'll take them to the mailbox. Because make a card, send a card, right? But if you want to have them in your stash, that's fine. And these two... Yes, I'm using up some retired colors. They just retired, and some retired paper. But again, that's fine. They're still pretty. They still work. And yes, thank you. Floral spray, Carrie. And then this one is a little more technique. We're using a mask to mask off the box for the sentiment, and two-step stamping. And I had to grab my Wink of Stella from the box of supplies for this card. Oh, there's some coloring with blends. And then the butterflies have some Wink of Stella on them. And then I've got this happy birthday stamp and a congratulations stamp they can choose from to put in there. So if you would like to come here in Melbourne, you're welcome to. I prefer RSVPs, or I appreciate them, but they are absolutely not required. If you would like to support my fundraising campaign, if you go to my blog, again, nancysniftynotes.com, right at the top of all the blog posts right now, is all the information for Saturday, but there's also a QR code and a web link to be able to go to the Cancer Council, my Cancer Council fundraising page. It goes direct to them if you donate through there. And of course, here in Australia, you can get a tax deduction for your donation. And if you do that, I will send you a handmade thank you card as well. So wherever in the world you are. So we appreciate donations anywhere. You may or may not know that Australia is is a leader in cancer research. We have made a lot of breakthroughs, including they're on track, I think by 2030, to have completely eliminated new cervical cancer stuff because of the HPV vaccine and the new screening methods here. So yeah, that's pretty amazing. And of course, we share our discoveries with the whole world because we're part of the WHO and we're still doing research here. So if you'd like to support us, we would very much appreciate it. So thank you for joining me today. I will get rid of that. I will bring this back in to show you again. And I will be back same time, same place next week. And I hope you will join me. Thanks for joining me today. Bye-bye.